every time I speak or write. It feels like air. Y'all know what today is. Today is Tuesday. Today is Telling the Truth with Tanya Tuesday. And it's Telling the Truth, Tanya Tuesday. Hey, listen. So I thought I would open, that was the beginnings of one of my poetic pieces. And I just felt like I would intro Telling the Truth with Tanya Tuesday today with the beginning of one of my poetic pieces. Y'all, I have many of them. I've written down many for years, and truth be told, y'all, it's a matter of, I just felt like it's a time and place, and when that time and place comes, all of those literary pieces will be spoken. So let's talk about today. So today listen, y'all, the truth hurts. The truth hurts, but it is definitely needed, and the truth shall set you free. The truth hurts, but it's needed. And part of this Telling the Truth with Tanya Tuesday is about me speaking my truth as I have experienced and learned it, and also providing that platform for somebody else, because it's enough, like I've said plenty of times, it's enough people lying. It's time for us to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And sometimes that truth hurts. So we're going to talk about some of the things that you can do, because sometimes it's hard to speak that truth. Like, I wasn't always able to speak my truth. I had to find other avenues. But it is really important for us to understand that we can't hold the truth of how we really feel inside. We can't hold what we really want to say sometimes inside. We just can't, because I'm telling you, it'll consume you. It'll start manifesting in your body into heart disease, into these mental issues, and into heart problems. Beyond heart disease, it goes into several different areas, aches and pains, and just the negative Nancy's. Y'all, everybody knows a negative Nancy. And most negative Nancy's are negative because how they really feel, they've never expressed it. So keep your head up. If y'all don't know, I don't know if you could hear, but I had my Tupac playing in the background, because Pac helped me. I don't care what nobody feel about Tupac. He helped me through a lot of periods in my life. So keep your head up. Today I have a special guest. And this special guest we're going to be talking about a couple of things. We're going to be talking about, she has started journaling. She started utilizing one of, or my first literary baby. I'm saying my first literary baby. I'm excited, y'all. So I'm talking fast and everything. But she started to utilize my journal, which is now available on Amazon.com. Mindset Moves Mountains. She started journaling. It's a writing detox journal. And it's about getting those things that are in your head out of your head. So she's going to talk about that. But I've also given her the title of the Black History Professor. So we're going to talk about a couple of other things today. So I'm going to bring her in. Give me a moment. Hey, see, if y'all don't know, this my sis. Mighty the Great.
Yes.
Yes.
I got something on my teeth.
See, Liz, telling the truth be told, we just gonna be for real. Like, stuff ain't always together. Get yourself together, sis. Hey,
I've been trying. I just woke up not too long ago.
that is it. Hey, so thank you. Listen, we were supposed to jump on one of my lives a while ago, but hey, this obviously was the time. What better time than now, sis?
Right.
So I want to ask you about, because Thank you so much, of course, for your support. My sister posted on her Insta story. Was it your Insta story?
Yeah.
Okay, she posted on her Insta story that she's been journaling, and she shared just the page and the fact that she's utilized this writing detox journal to help her get some of the stuff that she has swirling around in her head out of her head and on the pages of this journal. So tell us a little bit about what you
I've
telling me.
always, I don't know, I've always journaled. I just never was consistent because I always had
Uh-oh.
much like with the prompt. So
There
pretty
you
much
go.
with the prompt inside the book, you know what I'm saying? All these different prompts kind of just like help me write and be more consistent. Now I don't write every day. I try to write every day, but I don't write every day. But I try to write, multiple times during the week.
That's good. I don't write every day either. It's I would, and I think that's what a lot of people get caught up on, thinking you have to do it because some journals say, hey, write every day. And some days when you just don't have any, you just we get consumed with our day-to-day activities, and sometimes you just don't have time. Some people need to write every day for a period of time, and then after that, writing as often as you feel like, hey, I need to get something off my chest, and I can't say it because if I say it, somebody might think I'm like crazy, or somebody may think like I really hate them, but it's just I feel this right now and I need to get it out.
Or,
So
if you tell somebody something, they go and tell your stuff to somebody else, somebody else, somebody else. The next thing you know, it's a whole bunch of hoopla because everybody know your business now.
right, and that's another thing because one of the things that's important to me is I feel like there's definitely a need for our youth our youth and young adults to have an escape. And for a lot of them, they're using social media and they're telling too much because everybody has a bad day and people will hold you for those comments you made on your bad day. Not not really considering, man, I've had a bad day when I said some jacked up stuff. So it's really essential for them to know that it's okay to write down everything you feel, especially when you know you're feeling and thinking those things constantly.
Right.
Get them out. That's the first step. Like this not a be all. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, y'all. And I'm not sitting here saying, oh, this is gonna help with everything. I'm saying this is a step. And it's been a game changing step for me, which is why I even created the journal because I started doing it for myself. And I have also tested it on my son when he was having issues with trying to explain what he wanted to, and I can tell he had stuff balled up. You know why I can tell? Because I'm paying attention. And I remember when I used to just ball everything inside. So this is an escape. This is a step. And my one of my goals, sis, I'm working on some things and I've set some goals, is to get my detox journal in the hands of youth. I got a number. I'm almost scared to say the number, but I want to get it in as many hands as possible. And I shouldn't be scared to say the number. He gave me the number 790. I want my journal, this one, as well as the one that I'm working on that's dedicated to our youth, to be in the hands of at least 790 people because it is needed. So I'm glad. Listen, thank you because y'all know how I feel. Anybody that watched any of my videos, one of my very first videos that I went live about was about this one right here. Because we had a conversation, and I was like, "Oh, sis," and it hit me because that's my sister's my baby sister, and it hit me, and I remember walking and talking and praying, and I was like, I need to go live because life happens, and you can't give up. You remember that one?
Yeah.
So it's interesting that this comes full circle the way that it does, and I'm glad you're using the journal. I
am
appreciate
too.
it. I know what one of the truth be told, okay, one of the biggest problems in our communities is the lack of communication, especially when that communication is hard and it may cause friction.
Yep.
So write that stuff down, because sometimes you end up cussing somebody out and you just was in your feelings, and you probably should have went somewhere and just wrote down how you really felt because it had nothing to do with that person.
They caught you on a bad day. That's all it is. I've been caught on plenty of bad days.
What? I remember the day that I felt like I came home and I was snapping so hard. And I was like, oh, Tanya, I don't even like you right now. But I was snapping so hard and it had nothing to do with nobody in this house. Nothing. Now, how many of us doing that? That's my call to y'all watching this video. How many of you are walking in your house, snapping on your husband, your wife, your kids, the dog?
The poor dog. The dog ain't do nothing.
They did nothing but barked and said hello to you in its own language.
Right.
Like we have to rechannel that energy, and writing and journaling and getting that stuff out, y'all, is part of that process. So kudos to you, sis, and I appreciate you for your advertising and sharing your experience with the journal. How has it made you feel? So how when you journal, how does it make you feel?
I feel I'm big on energy. So I feel my energy like shift from one mood to the next, or just this weight is lifted off my shoulders because I internalize a lot of things. So writing helps me get out all of those things. So it's just like when you like feel like a vibration because it's just so much energy locked up inside you.
Yes.
So it's like when I'm writing, I can just feel it just coming through my hands, You know
what you're describing? See, y'all listen. This came to me, I was in my Zen space. And as kids, we were taught sticks and stones may break my bones, but words would never hurt me. Y'all stop telling and teaching our kids to saying that lie. Let me tell you why. Because of what she just described. Our words have power and energy. They can hurt. And imagine those unspoken words, which are those thoughts that keep swirling over and over and over. They have energy as well.
Mm-hmm.
And what she described, I know the feeling, because that's why I wanted to hear from her what it felt like. It's the shift of that energy. Those thoughts have energy. You shifted them out of your head onto the pages of that journal, and now guess what? There's literally a release. And don't believe us, try it for yourself, because it's real, right?
Yeah.
Truth be told, people used to tell me all the time about stuff, and I'd be like, let me try it for myself, because when I try it for myself and I get the results, I'm a believer. And unlike some people, I aspire to share with you the truth about my experiences and how it's helped me. Some people just rather say, well, get it how you live it and learn and figure it out on your own. That's not what we're supposed to be doing. And that's not what telling the truth with Tanya is about. So, sis, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
It's,
it is
it's
an
real.
actual detox for me.
It literally it's a mind detox. You detox your body trying to lose weight. How about you detox your mind so you can lose that weight and heal from the trauma and the hurt that it has caused you and manifest and the manifesting and stop the manifesting that's coming into your body and into your organs and causing diseases.
Right, right.
Y'all, I ain't listen. This is not my air. This is what's so crazy. This stuff isn't something I went to school for. It's something I started researching and I started trying for myself because I needed my own healing from a lot of stuff that I internalized. Just like so, sis, when I handed you that book that one day, I'm like, I know you internalizing. I did it. I did it. And I'm working on it now. So this journal, y'all, it may not be you. You may not be, it's not just, it
Get you
says for
on me.
migraine sufferers, right? It
Get you
says for
on me.
migraine sufferers and overthinkers. You may not have migraines because maybe that overthinking didn't manifest into a migraine. For me, it did. For other people, it manifested into real bad anxiety or even chronic depression where you just can't, you don't want nobody around you no more. Maybe you that negative Nancy and nobody wants to be around you and you don't understand why. Or maybe it's your money problems. Maybe you still trying to figure out every time you get ahead, you find yourself back in the red. Maybe you spending emotionally. Y'all, I'm just telling y'all what I've done and how it has helped me. And that is what it is. So the truth can hurt, and sometimes it hurts to even speak the truth. So write it. That's my message today. Write it. Right, sis? Sis? You have any advice from your experience? Because there's something else I want to chat with you about too.
Um, my only advice is to just be, if you don't keep it real with nobody else, keep it real with yourself.
Yes.
You know what I'm
My
saying?
God.
Don't literally keep it real with yourself. Like anything that you think, anything that you feel, write it down because if not, it's still gonna be that residual um badness that you still feel. So even if you can't be real with your significant other, your brothers, your sister, your mama, your daddy, whoever, at least keep it real with yourself.
Hmm.
Because you can lie to anybody, but you can't lie to yourself. That's my
Hmm.
only advice.
That's that's huge. That's a mic drop moment. If you can't be real with nobody else, please be real with yourself. Sis, let's go. I love that.
Yeah.
That's I mean, at the end of the day, you gotta go to sleep with yourself. You gotta get up with yourself. You gotta go work with yourself. You gotta go pay your bills with yourself. You gotta go run your errands. You have to do a lot with yourself. So why not be real? Why not be free for real and be real with yourself about how you feel?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That's how you live long, wealthy lives. You can have all the money in the world and mentally in bondage, passing that on to your next generation. We ain't trying to do that. We're trying to change the game. That's what this is about. So I love that, sis. Y'all better listen. My sis said, AKA Monty the Great, AKA the Black History Professor. And we about to get into some Black history in a moment. She said, if you can't be real with no one else, please be real with yourself. I co-sign that. So let's talk about what's coming up. We have a milestone coming up. Now I know this is Memorial Day weekend that's coming up, and everyone is celebrating Independence Day.
Independence for who?
It look, yeah, she already there. Independence for who? Right? And we have a milestone coming up. I'm not sure if you all if you are on Facebook, I have a group called Let's Get Financially Fit. It's about just what the title says, us getting financially fit. It starts with the mind. It's mastering your mind and mastering your money. But on that page during Black History Month, I posted a video, a little snippet, and encourage you to watch it with your kids. And it was about the Black Wall Street, or the town known as Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the milestone. We're coming up on 100 years from the day that the Black Wall Street district was burnt down. May 31st. It started May 31st, 1921. So next Monday is 100 years to that day. And listen, just real quick, if you don't know about the Black Wall Street, took place in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's known as in a village. It took place in a village or a town called Greenwood. I want you to look it up.
Greenwood District.
You know what? I'm going to have Imani give you a brief. Imani, you want to give a brief summary of what the Black Wall Street was?
Yeah. So Black Wall Street was a Black business district in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It encompassed Black businesses and Black residents in that area of Oklahoma. And it was coined as Black Wall Street because that was one of the first times after slavery that Black people owned banks. We had our own everything.
Yes.
So we literally were functioning in a way that was cohesive with one another and communal with one another and self-sufficient.
Right.
So unfortunately, it was destroyed by white terrorists. But yeah, the 31st is the 100-year anniversary. And a lot of people are starting to learn about it.
Mm-hmm.
But for a very, very long time, Black Wall Street wasn't necessarily like a thing that was talked about because people were just not talking about it.
Right. And that's that's part of this, again, exposing that truth, because the truth, even when it hurts, will set you free. And I'm sad and I'm actually embarrassed to say that I just last year started to learn more about the Black Wall Street.
That's not your fault though.
It's right.
School system fault.
It speaks to our educational system, the brokenness. Yeah. And here's the thing. We can sit here and always complain about what somebody else didn't do, or we can do something about it to make sure the next generation don't have to say that. And that's part of our plight. That's part of your plight, Black History Professor.
Yeah, that's why I'm very, very passionate, very adamant about every Black person learning their history, not even just civil rights and everything else. I'm talking before we even got over here. History.
Right. And truth be told, it ain't just Black history, it's history.
It's world history.
Yes. It's world history. It's human race. Let's tell the truth about it. It's the human race. If you are breathing, walking, and talking, it ain't just our history. It's history that everyone needs to know. So I want to say, I think my husband mentioned it was on the news or the radio or something. He heard them say something about, oh, we're just finding out about this, and I'm like, you should be embarrassed as a broadcaster to even broadcast that. Why even say that like it didn't exist? It makes it look like something is being swept under the rug. But we know that story. And it's our duty as leaders, truth-telling leaders, truth-exposing leaders, and messengers to share that information, because we need to. The Black Wall. Okay, so here's what was big for me, y'all. We had our own banks, our own hospitals. We had our own, and it was during a time when we were treated less than. We weren't. It wasn't an equal. It wasn't a level playing field, y'all. They had less than what we had.
Way less. Way less.
Way less. We gotta stop making excuses and make it happen. And it starts with exposing the education and exposing the lies that's been told or have been withheld from us. And Black Wall Street. So yeah, listen, May 31st, for me, you know what I'm celebrating? I'm celebrating a day. I'm gonna be in remembrance. Let me just say that because I'm not celebrating the day that something so great was leveled and torn down and destroyed.
All right.
I'm gonna be remembering exactly what was and what can one day be again. But it takes a collective.
Yep.
It takes a collective. 100 years, y'all. 100 years ago. Y'all stop making these excuses, is all I'm saying. All these stimulus, sis, how much we done got about $20,000, $30,000 of stimulus money. We could have been started our own bank. We all came together.
We could have created a whole new country, just all of us.
What?
Put our money together. We could have started a whole new country, just us. But that's another story for another time.
Real talk, real talk. We have to get our mind together first because we can't even coexist with each other long enough to even have a conversation. But this is part of the process, and that's why I'm real adamant about getting this information and sharing what I know from my financial background and the things I'm learning in the financial services industry to our impressionable youth and young adults. They are still ready. As a matter of fact, they are hungry for this information. And we cannot fail them and continue to fail them like we've been failed by not being so caught up in other stuff that we get distracted from the truth. And the truth is we have to share the knowledge so the next generation can elevate. And that's what we're doing. Right, sis? That's what we're doing. Yes, that's what we're doing.
One kid at a time.
What? Each one teach one. One person, one community at a time. We're going to make this thing happen. Sis, I appreciate you gracing us with your presence. This is telling me
crazy right now.
Listen, I'm glad I got you up. So I have a task for you. I'm gonna call you once we get off this live because I have a task for you. And but y'all, this is Telling the Truth with Tanya Tuesday, and I'm here every Tuesday. Every Tuesday, and if I'm out here every Tuesday, it's because I'm either out doing some work or I'm preparing for some work. But the whole point of this podcast is to make sure we are exposing the truth. We got enough lies flying around on TV and music, on the internet, out of other ignorant people mouths, sometimes out of the mouths of people you love and trust. So we here to tell the truth, and that's what, and it's our truth. You may say something, I may say something you feel like it's untrue, and that's okay. But that's why it's called Telling the Truth with Tanya. So if you ain't telling the truth, I need you to know that you lying. So I need y'all to tell the truth, and I need you to tune back in, subscribe, hit that subscribe button so you'll get a notification. Like, share, only share with the people who are willing and who are ready to hear and expose the truth. And if you want to be a guest, please inbox me at Tanya@txbfinancial.com if you are wanting to be a guest on an episode. But until then, have a great week. Have a great weekend. But I need you to remember Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Black Wall Street. Because May 31st, 1921, it was burnt down by people who just were upset that we were elevated and continuing to elevate. And y'all, we need to get back to that elevation. And there's a lot of people who are in the process of doing that. There's a Black Bitcoin tour. There'll be a Black Wall Street wallet For those who are into crypto, I'm going to share this on my page. If you are on Facebook, go to my page. Let's Get Financially Fit, and take a look. But you can also go Instagram, Najah, Najah Roberts, and Hill Harper. Y'all know who Hill Harper is. He's an actor. They have joined together and they have created what's called the Black Wall Street wallet for cryptocurrency. Support, y'all, because it's coming out on the 31st, to be honest. And I'm probably going to come on here on Monday and share some stuff. But go look it up. We have to support each other. So that's it. And just telling the truth for Tanya Tuesday. And remember, if you ain't telling the truth, I'm sorry to tell you, but you lying. So tell the truth. I'll see y'all next week. Thank you, sis.
You're welcome.